Hello, my name is Ash, and today we are taking a look at a game that isn't even released yet, Dawn of War 4. So we're going to be looking at the release gameplay footage to find out if there are any glaring issues that stand out. Overall, I would say that I like what I'm seeing and the direction the game has gone, so I'm very much looking forward to playing it when it releases. My biggest concern is that the game ends up like a bullet sponge RTS. What I mean by that is you basically have two armies shooting guns at each other without their bullets impacting the battlefield. They're just knocking down health bars. So the third Dawn of War game has this problem, whereas Dawn of War 1 and 2 did not. So far, what I've seen from the new game is that it is more aligned with 1 and 2. So as you can see here, even in Dawn of War 1, you had units that interacted with bullets properly during a gunfight. You have units reacting in melee, units flying about because of large explosions, units walking around, strafe fighting. It feels like a proper battle. Whereas in this footage from Dawn of War 3, you just have two armies knocking each other's health down. The whole battle just feels a lot more lifeless. Now let's compare that to footage from Dawn of War 4. Here we can see that the Orc player uses an ability called Uncontrollable Bomb Stampede, which deploys multiple uncontrollable bomb squigs at a target location. As it lands, we see that the Space Marines do not really have much impact from it. They seem to show a small stun animation, but then just carry on. This attack looks as though it should be enough to knock some Marines down to the floor, as we would have seen in Dawn of War 1, but this doesn't occur. Another example here of heavy shots hitting units and them not reacting. Now we have seen clips where this does occur in the trailers, as we see here. The game is still in development, so I kind of hope that these kind of animations are going to be added in and we get a bit more physical impact on the battlefield than we see in these battle reports. One huge part of the original Dawn of War and Dawn of War 2 was the animations that your units had during combat. Now, Dawn of War 4 has a combat director, which is a procedural animation that's supposed to allow fights to be unique between two units. So if we take a look at the release battle reports, we can see some examples of this. Here you can see Orcs and Space Marines engaged in close combat with each other. My only criticisms would be that it is all a bit too fast. I want to enjoy these animations of the units fighting on the battlefield. I would like to see the entire animation set slowed down slightly and the combat length increased, as they do seem to die quite quickly currently. So maybe larger health on the units to give combat a lengthier feel. Although obviously not having played the game yet, this may not be the case and it could feel fine. I also look forward to seeing what it is like if you get larger units fighting, such as two dreadnoughts. Or if you get animations from, say, a Marine in melee combat with a vehicle, or some other larger unit, and the Marine manages to get a final hit. Are there animations that might make this an epic kill? Such as something like this from Space Marine 2 when taking down a Carnifex. Obviously I don't expect it to be as dramatic or precise, but it would be nice to have some kind of special takedowns in the game. Some of the bigger battles occurring seem to be a bit difficult to tell what is going on. It may just be a lack of understanding the units, but as you can see, when there are big, large explosions and glow effects, it can be difficult to see the units. The map from the second battle report seems very dark and the units blend in with the terrain, so I hope they look at this and make it stand out a bit more. The first battle report map, however, with the Marine and Orcs, was a lot brighter. But one thing you are going to want to do in a large battle is find specific units, and if the units are blending in, it's going to cause a problem. This was an issue, for example, when the Warcraft 3 remaster was done. The new graphics made it difficult to tell units apart. The game needs to make sure there is clear clarity between unit types and the terrain. I feel as though the Necron creep is a bit of a problem in this regard also. As you can see here, the floor is lit up more than the units themselves. At a very fast glance, I'm not sure it would be possible to decide what unit is which. There is also no direct terrain damage, although units leave blood on the floor and there is scarring on the terrain. There are no massive craters or anything else getting destroyed on the map. I feel this is a missed opportunity to have a more Company of Heroes style battlefield, although I am sure the developer weighed this up when they were deciding if the game was going to have a proper cover system. Obviously, there are a lot of factors that make a game good or bad. As I said at the start, overall, I really like the look of the game. I have just highlighted some concerns or potential issues with the game that could be resolved. The issues I have highlighted may not even be issues. We have very little gameplay to go on, and the game isn't reflective of what the final release may be. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, liking the video, and leaving a comment.